Hi guys, and welcome back. It's your girl Yemi.com. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. And it is Women's History Month, so we're celebrating the ladies. There are so many to deflower. I'm sorry. That was a little Hamilton joke. But as we were talking about it, we are going to be diving into the world of a field that is not oversaturated with women and needs more of you women to get into it. No, I'm not talking about medicine. I'm talking about comedy. So I have always been a big fan of comedy. I feel like women comics are the most relatable to me because it's always funny when people make jokes that you can relate to, and I'm a woman, so I relate to them. Leslie Jones is by far one of my favorite female comics in the game. I love her stand-up, but I'm going to exclude her because she is one of my ultimate favorites. So I'm going to be giving you a list of stand-ups that are available on Netflix or HBO that you can enjoy this Women's History Month as you appreciate the ladies in your life and how hilarious, glorious, special, feminine, entertaining, intelligent, and any other word that can be a synonym for awesome, okay? And with this list, with these stand-ups, I'm suggesting I wanted to cover a diverse amount, and I wanted to, again, not include Leslie Jones because if you put her up against anyone, she will devour them, in my mind. With that being said, we're gonna go in, and the first person we're gonna talk about is Taylor Tomlinson.
I would tell guys, I'm not ready to have sex yet. Is that okay? And anytime guys were really cool about that decision, that just made me want to have sex with them more. The hottest thing you can say to a girl is, hey, we don't have to do anything. Now we do.
Taylor Tomlinson, I think I'm saying Tomlinson right, because that's how Louis says his name. That's how I base everything off of One Direction and BTS. She has a special on Netflix called Quarter Life Crisis that I absolutely adore. I think is hilarious. She covers so many topics. She's so relatable. She's not condescending at all. She just is her and is unashamed about her. She's not like, oh, I'm a tomboy and I'm only gonna make tomboy jokes, or oh, I'm a girly girl and I'm only gonna make girly girl jokes. No, she's like, I'm a woman and I will make woman jokes. I'm not a parent, but I'll make parent jokes. Like, I'm hilarious. She is so funny. She has so many big lengthy pieces where her storytelling is just hilarious. Like, she has this bit where she has this piece where she talks about how she used to be engaged but she's not engaged.
Now we're gonna go back at, don't look at them, look at me, I'm your future. You focus up, buddy, okay? Oh, don't start crying now, it's too late and too early. You save that up, because we're gonna go back out there and we're gonna get it right this time, aren't we? Yeah, we are, because if you don't, I will make your life a living hell. Do you understand me? I could bake you cookies every day, or I could make you miserable forever. I don't give a shit either way. I just need a project, motherfucker.
Because she's like, I don't like you anymore. Like, she just kind of like relates on that mental note. She talks about her home life and her family, and she always talks about, she's like, I love my parents, they're great, but like also my dad. She has two things about her dad that I'm just like, I don't relate necessarily, but I'm just like, that's also scary and hilarious. Like the one where she was talking about the type of punishments she got as a child.
That is not a punishment. Do you want to hear a real punishment? When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to walk to school in the morning with my friends because my dad said I'd get abducted. But then anytime I forgot to do a chore, he would make me walk home from school alone, as if to say, you don't want to do your dishes?
Well, we don't care if you disappear this week. Or the one where she's talking about where she was like, Dad, I'm sad, I think I would have killed myself. And then
he took a knife out of the knife drawer, shook it over his head, and went, be my guest. And I was like, wow, I don't want you to fix it, I just want you to listen. The best part of that story is I brought it up to him recently, and he just goes, oh yeah, I remember that. I'm like, yeah, me too. Every week in therapy. He's like, hey, I called your bluff though, didn't I? Aha! Look who's not dead, drama queen. I'm like, okay. Touche, big guy, only on the inside.
Like, do it. Like, that's also, like, scary, but it's also, like, she's, like, like, her recalling it with her dad and him going, like, oh, yeah, is the funniest part about that joke. Like, she has so many just pieces that are hilarious. Like, I'll try and roll a snippet. As many, not to give away the whole special because you should go watch it, but as many snippets that I can right here, I'll try and roll them in.
But he's like, she's an angel, she's beautiful, she looked okay. And you ever go to a wedding like, huh, that's your best, interesting. So the girl will role play, you can be the breadwinner tonight. How does that sound? Yeah, you go right back to making pancakes in the morning. Don't get cocky just because daddy lent you some pants. I have a savings account that makes me daddy. In my 20s, I'm so sick of people telling me to enjoy them. They're not fun. They are 10 years of asking yourself, will I outgrow this or is it a problem? Like, is this a phase or a demon? I just need...
So those are just some of my favorites. I think that she is truly hilarious. She did her talk show runs too. She was on Conan. She was on different shows as well. I just think that I want to see more from her because I haven't seen her comedy in a while. But I think that, again, she is underrated and hilarious. And Quarter Life Crisis is one of the funniest things on Netflix. So with that being said, we're going to go to our next stand-up comedian. And it is... Two Dope Queens.
Here's to us, the dopest of queens. Hey, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't touch my hair. You know that. Philip, you know that. That was like black on black crime.
We all know Jessica, our queen. She's amazing. If you don't know her, she used to be a correspondent on The Daily Show.
You're gonna sit here and you're gonna watch her get her braids done. It's gonna take 4 hours, okay? Don't look at me, eyes on target. This isn't a 20-minute tactical crew cut. This is boots on the ground, hands in the hair, all damn day.
Is it fair to say that because you're a priest that you're a pedophile?
Well, of course not.
Could you take that logic and apply that to the transgender community?
They're apples and oranges.
By apples and oranges, do you mean apples and apples?
Then she went on to do her own movie and star in other movies. I remember seeing her Sundance film that she starred in that was cool. Like, she's just really hilarious, very funny, very, very, like, effervescent. And she has a friend called Phoebe Robinson. And Phoebe is everything.
Creator of Two Dope Queens. So many white guys. She's currently on tour. This is probably one of the best tour names ever. Her tour is called Sorry, Harriet Tubman. Phoebe Robinson is the queen of slang. Like, you have your own language.
Yeah, it's ignorant. But I have it. I fully embrace it. It's so ridiculous. Okay, so mid-twants, I will say, are...
Phoebe is everything, okay? She recently, like I think at the end of 2020, she started Yearly Departed.
Yearly Departed. We have gathered all you ladies here today because 2020 was a trifling hoe.
Which was great. She's just a hilarious person.
You have to, like, think about what you're asking for. When people are like, I want to have Michael B. Jordan's baby, it's like, well...
Yeah, no.
He ain't got enough sperm for everybody, so you gotta let this dream go.
I own all of her books because literally sometimes I would look at my roommates and I would just hold up the You Can't Touch My Hair book. When they were asked to touch my hair, I would just respond with holding up her book. It was just so good. She's both of them are amazing. I've had a chance to see both of them live, which makes it all the better. But what Two Dope Queens is, it was originally a podcast that I listened to all the time. And the podcast would be them talking about their lives, but then they would also sprinkle in and add in other comedians and give them a chance to, like, also tell their stories. So while they're like, you know, doing their thing and being great. They're giving a platform for other people who may not have a platform to be funny and entertain their audience. So it's really, really great. And with that being said, they were picked up by HBO to take that and put it on a bigger scale. They have all these different episodes. The episodes are like surrounded by these topics, and it's on HBO Max. You can check it out. It's a Two Dope Queens special. They have 2 seasons of it, I believe. And it is phenomenal. And then it's, the good thing about it is that even if you you watched both of the seasons of it, of their special, and you're like, oh my god, I want more, they have an entire podcast catalog that you can like just dive into and listen to. I listen to their old podcasts all the time because like when I just want to smile or when I just need like a little boost, I'm like, oh, why not watch Two Dope Queens? Because they're literally 2 beautiful, dope, amazing queens. And it's like they're also like they're also not the caricature of the typical black woman that you see, because see people see a black woman, they think a certain thing. No, they're like themselves 100%. Like it's amazing, it's beautiful, and it's like so cool to watch. So that's why I recommend that.
So it's just a box braid. So not a cornrow, a box braid.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I feel like Lupita, I'm catching up to you.
Are you? Really?
Well, no.
Would you?
Lupita,
is that what you'd call it? Yeah.
Lupita,
that
it's
was
okay.
shit talking. First
it's okay.
of all,
You know what?
It was very wild for you to do that, but that was funny as hell.
I loved it. It was great.
It was like a good burn.
Yes.
It was like, yes, hurt me, mommy.
Yeah.
This?
Well, I learned to do my hair in braids because my mother only knew how to do one thing with my hair, and it was not suitable.
Was it like this? Was this what she knew how to do?
That feels like getting fun stuff done rather than like combat.
Okay.
But I definitely I like that a lot.
Okay, that was a strong note. I'm gonna take a second to process that. I do not respond well to criticism.
No. I should have started with that was great.
Thank you.
What I would, yeah, okay, cool.
Compliment sandwich,
Yeah,
classic.
there you
That's
go.
okay. I'm gonna think about what I did.
That was great.
All right, you hit it.
Okay.
Next, we have Ali Wong's baby Cobra.
People praise my husband for coming to all of my doctor's appointments with me. Oh my God, I can't believe he comes to all your doctor's appointments. He is so supportive. Guess who else has to go to those doctor appointments? Me. I'm the star of the show. There's nothing for the camera to see if I'm not there. But he's the hero for playing Candy Crush while I get my blood drawn. Meanwhile, if I do mushrooms 7 months pregnant, I'm a bad mommy.
That is available on Netflix. Ali Wong is, again, another actress, comedian, killer, star. She has multiple stand-ups on Netflix. But I like Baby Cobra a lot because, like, she's pregnant during it. And, like, immediately I knew, like, I was going to love this. It was when I, like, saw her bit about, like, being pregnant. She's like, I'm pregnant. She said male comedians, like, they have a baby. Come out a week later, like, ha ha ha, yeah, my baby's so annoying, I hate that thing. She's like, while the wife is at home, moisturizing her chapped nipples.
Once they do get pregnant, they generally disappear. That's not the case with male comics. Once they have a baby, they'll get up on stage a week afterwards and they'll be like, guys, I just had this fucking baby. That baby's a little piece of shit. It's so annoying and boring. And all these other shitty dads in the audience are like, that's hilarious. I identify. And their fame just swells because they become this relatable family funny man all of a sudden. Meanwhile, the mom is at home chapping her nipples, feeding the fucking baby, and wearing a frozen diaper because her pussy needs to heal from the baby's head, shredding it up. She's busy.
I was like dying at that portion. It was just really interesting to see her like pregnant and like still being hilarious, going pound for pound for any other comedian. She's always been very funny. I love I think it was like called Almost Maybe. I love that movie that she did on Netflix. I love watching her do like different shows and stuff. She's a rare talent, I feel like, and I really love watching her perform, but just seeing her perform like pregnant and hilarious and like just dope AF, it's just amazing. It was just super amazing to watch, super inspiring as well, but as I was saying, like, she's just hilarious and amazing.
I want to get to the point as a couple where I can comfortably afford sliced mango. I'm talking about that Whole Foods mango, that $10 a box Whole Foods mango that was sliced by white people. That's the kind of income bracket I'm striving for. That's when you know you've made it. When you're eating mango that was sliced by a dude named Noah. I want Noah mango, Rebecca kiwi, Danielle pineapple. You know what else I want? I want to be able to take a stroll on a sidewalk, see a quarter, and just keep on walking. Like a princess.
And that special just kind of is one of my favorites by her. So I highly recommend it, and I think you should check it out. Baby Cobra. My next person is, she's my, okay, before I got into her, I was like really into like Eliza Scherzinger. And then like I started to fall off of Eliza because I was like, I don't really relate to her comedy that much. Like, it's not for me. Like, I like realized like maybe, I think like I really liked it in college, and then I realized like later down the line her comedy's really not for me. But then, and I was like, oh, how will I fill this void? And I found Katherine Ryan.
Evening room of strangers. So nice to see you here. My name is TV's Katherine Ryan. I used to be an unwelcome surprise on a mixed bill. Now I can see that at least a third of you have come to see me on purpose.
Oh man, when I tell you how much I love Katherine Ryan, there's no way to put this in words. Like, I love her so much. She is amazing. She's hilarious. She's smart. She's insightful. She pushes the boundaries but never goes too far. She makes a joke out of herself. She makes a joke out of the world. She makes a joke out of anyone and everyone. And it is just hilarious and fun and funky and fresh. She starts off, she has 2 specials and I recommend them both. Like, I can't even pick which one is my favorite. They're both freaking amazing. She has Katherine Ryan is in Trouble and she has Glitter Room. And both of them are hilarious. Both of them are amazing. I relate to them both. I vibe with them both. And Katherine Ryan is in Trouble. She like introduces herself. They're like coming to the stage as a young, beautiful black woman. And it's like so funny because like she just comes out and she also just gives no crap about anyone or anything. And I'm like, I'm here for that energy, sis.
Don't do that. Like, that job is for a man, and nobody is ever gonna love you if you do it because it shows how weird you are. Like, if you want someone to ever love you, then you need to move home and be normal like us. And I was like, yeah, but you bitches aren't normal. You're ordinary. It's different. Our teenage daughter really likes you, and after having seen what you do, we're very pleased we left her at home. And I'm like, well, she's sucking dick at home, but go on.
She talks about how she has the confidence. As a kid, she had the confidence of an 89-year-old man. Like, it was like great. She talks about her daughter Violet. She talks about all these different men in her life during, this is the In Trouble one. She always says, like, accidentally I fell in love, and like her bits are hilarious, all of it. Like, she has this bit about this guy who told her she has one of the top 4 buttholes in the world, like, that he's ever seen. She has this bit about this Jewish guy that is hilarious. Like, she's like, I have to walk around with a problem with Jews. Like, I don't have a problem with Jews, but I just have a problem with the one, but that's how it starts. And it's so funny. And then she talks about like this guy who's like, oh, did you know the Titanic was based off of a real movie? It's just funny. And then she talks about Canada. She talks about the UK, and then she goes on to Glitter Room. Glitter Room is equally as amazing. She talks about Hamilton.
I don't have the means to go on. By means, he hears cock somehow. And this powerful politician starts licking his lips, and he's like, Lord, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. And I rose from my seat, as though Hamilton was a choose-your-own-adventure. And I shouted at the actor portraying Alexander Hamilton. I said, say no to what? She didn't ask you anything. No, I had absolutely no support. They were very quiet, very shocked British audience. He was very professional. He carried on. Lord, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. I carried on. You said no to the British Empire, though, didn't you? That was easy. But when a child asks you no questions, what are you going to say? Lord, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. And then he said the actual words. But by God, she looks so helpless. And her body's saying hell yes. I was like, oh, her body is not saying that to you. Her body is saying, hey, local representative. I appear to have found myself in a domestic abuse situation. But I'm not currently allowed to vote or work or eat, so why don't you put your fucking dick away and help this lady?
And she talks about all these different things. She also has a show called The Duchess. I highly recommend you watch that.
Very manipulative, and it's the best way to protect my assets.
Oh, yeah, you got me. This whole let's have another baby thing isn't because Olive needs a sibling and I desperately want my perineum retorn, so I can trick you out of half your nothing.
She's a remarkable child.
I know. I did that. I took her father's garbage cum and I turned it into a princess.
You could stay and watch, you could phone the police, you can mind your fucking business, but I'm telling you now, bruv, there's only one of those options that's not gonna result in you getting banged up.
It is hilarious and complex, and I appreciate it. And she like has some of the same jokes within the two, and you'll kind of like, it's fun to be like, ah, like that one joke about how she's gonna bang someone to just for her daughter. Like, it's just, it's a reoccurring joke in like all her sets, and I really appreciate it. It's hilarious. She's hilarious. It's amazing.
And I overheard my father calling my mother a whore, and I had a great sense of justice. And so I appeared at the top of the stairs in my jammies, and I said, Daddy. He said, yes. And I said, Grandma's a whore. How do you like it when someone calls your mother a whore? He did not. He did not. 40 million views. Incredible dad learns to braid his own child's hair. And women all over the globe would lose their shit. They'd be like, oh my God, Michelle, Dawn, get over here. Have you heard about this incredible single dad? Where is he? Is anyone sucking him off right now? Where? Can I go next? Boys are taught to become somebody. Girls are taught to find somebody. I have chosen to do neither of those dog shit things.
She also, like, I watch all her, like, British panel shows. I watch the show, I watch the show Your Face or Mine all the freaking time because she's so hilarious on it. Like, I watch Katherine Ryan I would watch her paint a room because it would be undoubtedly hilarious, and I truly appreciate her talent. That's why I put her on the list. She's amazing. I think that anything she touches turns to gold. Her Instagram is pure beauty and pure genius, and I appreciate it. But with that being said, we're gonna go on to our last person. This is not a stand-up. This is a segment and I wholeheartedly believe that this person, Netflix, HBO, whoever wants to snap this up, Hulu, you out there, Sindhu Vee deserves her own special.
And the other thing is, I thought, this message is not for me. This idiot has sent me a message by mistake, which is for a gang member. What if the next message is something much worse? And that really bothered me because, well, this was my moment. I am going to Apollo. Like, if I'm going to find out you're a criminal, can we do it next month? So I wrote back to him in all caps, because as a good Indian mother, I mainly shout at my children. I wrote back, this is your mom. And he wrote back, I know, gigging like a boss. A boss. Yeah, B-A-W-S-E, boss. And also, please do remember as you listen to the rest of my set this evening that I didn't choose it, but the thug life chose me.
She is hilarious. I watch her all the time. I watch her clips on 10 o'clock. I watch just any kind of clip I can find of her doing comedy. I watch it. I have to because she is so funny. And so the clip that I'm choosing, because she doesn't have a stand-up, but she should, is her Apollo one where she's talking about there's like several things she talks about. Gigging like a boss is one of the things that she talks about. Her son, thinking that her son's in a gang. She also talks about like raising her children and trying to figure out how to discipline them. But like, and I related to this. Like, I don't have kids or like, but I know my parents disciplined me. And it's like, when your parents like are from another country and they discipline a certain way and that's like illegal, she says illegal in this part.
That's not true, it's illegal. I know because I have checked. And I want to have really well-behaved kids, but that is no use to me if I am in jail.
She just has this whole bit, it's so funny. She talks about how she's Indian and the different languages and phrasings that people will use, that parents will use to scare their children into being good.
The way they do it is they implicate us from the time we're very young in their death. And then use this as a way to guide our behavior. Let me give you an example. Let me find someone who... Sir, what is your name?
John.
John, can I use your name for this? Okay, so John, imagine you're 4 years old and your mother will say to you, John, I told you to put 1 spoon of chocolate in the milk. Why have you put 2? Because you want me to die. Very effective with small children, you know. It focuses them. And John, your mother could be from anywhere in India. So if she was from Gujarat, she might say something like, John, be chammach mukyo, mora loi piyo. John, you put 2 spoons of chocolate in your milk. Why are you drinking milk? Drink my blood. If she's from Punjab, she would say, John, 2 chammach paiye. Arey John, main pitta jawa. Main pitta jawa. John, you put 2 spoons of chocolate in the milk. Fine. I am going to beat myself to death. You please stay here and enjoy your milk. Yeah. My mom speaks Hindi, so what she would probably say is, Arey John, chammach kya tantana rahe ho? Chura uthao. John, why are you tinkling that teaspoon? Pick up the knife, you know it's what you want.
That is implicating them in her death. And they're all hilarious. Like, she's just drink my blood. Like, they're all hilarious. They're all great. She's funny AF. She has this one video where she's talking about like whether she doesn't know whether or not she was going to be kidnapped or not, or she was kidnapped. Like, she didn't know if she was kidnapped to this day, and she had to like get affirmation from someone else, be like, was I kidnapped? I'm not sure.
I called his PA and I left a message with his PA's PA. Whatever, India, there's a lot of people, everyone needs work. And I said, I'm in this place, and I asked her what the neighborhood was, and she wouldn't tell me, but I sort of had remembered, maybe from where I'd seen, I gave a rough idea, and I hung up the phone. And she kept coming in and saying, have you taken the medicine? Have you taken the medicine? I kept saying yes. And I could hear her speaking in Maharashtrian outside. Or, I shouldn't say Maharashtrian, I don't remember the language, a language I didn't understand. And I remember thinking, this is not a good situation, but I don't know what else to do. Anyway, 10 minutes after my phone call, the army, the police, everybody showed up outside this woman's flat. Water or no water, they literally like parted the water, a bit like your guy, parted the water and just showed up and rang the doorbell. And there was Mr. Katyal, who was my dad's PA. I know his name because he helped me get a fake driving license.
That's some PA who can rescue you from a kidnapping.
Fake driving license that I have, even to this day. And he said very politely to her, we've come to pick up our daughter.
Being kidnapped is not hilarious, but that was funny. And I think that she deserves her own special, and I just wanted to definitely put her on this list because she's super underrated. Super underrated.
What? No. Oh. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine. Well, what can I say? Danes are very bleak.
So I wanted to put her on this list. With that being said, those are the comics, the female comics I wanted to shine a light on during this Women's History Month. And I want to say thank you to all of them because you make it so fun and so funky, fun and fresh and super relatable to just be around and all those other things. So with that being said, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, friends. Go out and thank a woman because you should. And don't worry, I'll be back, my internet friend, so stay tuned.